Hey,
Hey.
can anyone hear us?
Yeah. My wife is texting me right now to go, hey, there's no sound.
There's sound from us, but not from your cool clip.
I know, that's disappointing.
You messed up.
I don't know what I did, but that's
Well,
weird. We heard it.
We did hear it. But I'm sure they'll hear this.
Move this man!
You had this epic thing ready for
I know.
everyone. Even Beard's probably like he's not. No one's ready for this.
I know.
No one's excited now.
I know. Well, let's just end the stream and say goodnight.
Yeah. This is about as sad as when Steve Martin died.
Did I ever tell you about the day that Steve Martin died?
Steve Martin's not dead, Mike.
I know.
You could just kick me out for the rest of the night. How about that?
Relax, we're here. We had no sound, but we made it. And this is JT Gun with After the Weekend. So if whoever's listening out there, make sure you tune in to After the Weekend. We got R2 above me who really screwed the pooch here.
Yeah.
Maybe you could figure out and replay it.
I guess so. Yeah. I don't know. I don't know what to do. Maybe if I uninstall it and add it back, maybe it'll work.
Okay. Well, we do have some guests. I'm sure they're embarrassed to even be here.
I probably. I'm shocked that they haven't left yet.
Yeah. So we have two wonderful guests. They've been on Late Night with Cap with me. You've seen them. I think you've seen both of them on the Salty Nerd podcast. They're from Las Vegas, not Chinatown. And so we have Chris and Nadia from
Inside All Day.
Inside All Day podcast.
See, we have friends that are from inside the booth, and it always trips me up. I'm sorry.
They've got a Captain America shield in their logo, and I can't tell you how many times I see that, and I'm like, what did JT do? I'm like, wait, when did he do this review without me?
Mm-hmm.
Why is he talking about D&D? He's never played D&D. What's going on?
Yeah, we need an updated logo. I know a guy, though. I know a guy.
So sorry for the non-intro. Did you hear?
Well, I thought it sounded great.
I
thought it sounded amazing.
Yeah. I heard it on the StreamYard. Yeah.
Yeah. Maybe it's just a glitch with StreamYard. Can we blame StreamYard instead of me?
I blame StreamYard.
Oh, thanks, Chris.
I'm 50-50. I'm on the phone.
I mean, we could restart it.
Yeah, try it again. See if it works. It was pretty good.
Everyone, we're gonna replay the intro. Wait, no, he hasn't.
I deleted it. I'm gonna upload it this way, and maybe it'll work better.
Okay.
It was pretty good.
It was.
Yeah. Way more effort than I put into our stuff.
Here. Try
Just
this.
way more.
People can hear that.
I can hear it. It's really loud. I'm just gonna highlight people while you're playing.
Okay.
As to the Army and Navy and the battles they have won. As to America's colors, the colors are never run.
May the wings of liberty never lose a feather.
See? That was nothing.
Indeed. How do you do, ma'am?
Can people hear it now?
Swanson's my name, and excitement's
so.
my game. This does what again, exactly?
Huge buzz.
China is here, Mr. Burton.
Oh yeah, we got sound.
I got a very positive attitude about this.
Good, me too.
Yeah.
I don't think he's gonna stop.
Okay, you people sit tight, hold the fort, and keep the home fires burning. And if we're not back by dawn, call the president.
Otherwise,
I will have both of you roll off to the hell where people are skinned alive. It's that simple, understand?
Boy, sure is raining cats and dogs.
Never could beat me, Henchmen.
I go with you, but
I know, there's a problem with your face. What can a guy ask for?
Oh, the 6 demon bag.
Terrific, a 6-demon bag. Sensational. What's in it, Egg?
What does that mean? Huh? China is here? I don't even know what the hell that means.
Right. Ah?
Are you crazy? Is that your problem?
It's getting hot in here. Is it just me?
There it is.
Well, I'm glad it worked. I'm glad everybody could hear it.
Golf clap.
Golf claps.
Let's go!
You gonna play it
Trying to
again?
remove that. No, I was trying to remove it from the
That's the
studio.
whole stream. We'll just play it on loop.
That pretty much summed up the movie. So,
I don't know.
well, this is technically for the channel. This is a review. We used to be on my original co-host channel. We reviewed this, and I was sick during the review, and didn't go over as well. So I wanted to do this again. And
Well, technically, this is the official review.
yes,
And Chris and I have never seen it. This is our first.
and you guys
this is
haven't,
our
which
first
was really
watch.
So we're
exciting.
here to help.
First
Yeah.
time watch.
Yeah.
So, how are you, Nadia and Chris?
Yeah, I'm going to join that with a couple of those. Doing well
Hey.
yourselves?
I'm getting over a cold. If anybody can tell.
No, actually.
Oh,
I'm getting
that's
over a
good.
case of the Mondays.
Yeah,
Okay.
it is
Mhm.
Monday. Yeah.
Well,
Womp womp.
this
How are
is
you
like your-
guys?
Oh, I'm good. It's just one of those Mondays.
Yeah, it's been a Monday, but I've been looking forward to this, and
This is
so
Rick's
thrilled to be
like
doing it.
favorite movie, by the way.
It is.
So go kind about it. Be very kind.
No, you can be honest. That's fine. Like I won't have hurt
Ruthlessly
feelings. But this
No,
is
you
definitely
no
top
on
10.
this channel you need to be
Oh,
a
look at this. We got a grade A suck up. Good to know. Good to know. Anyway.
I just want to say one thing. Everybody recommends movies to me lately. So they recommended The Gladiator. You've recommended this movie. People have recommended The Crow. Chris has recommended The Warriors because they all love these movies. I understand you all love these movies, and I haven't
Warriors.
seen these.
Yeah.
Never seen it. Never seen it. Wrath of Khan. Never seen it.
How
So-
did I
Spoilers,
marry
they
her?
come out to play.
But my worry is everybody's expectation of like, oh, you're gonna love it. Especially like The Crow. They're like, oh, you're gonna love it. So you, Nadia, The Crow. And what if I end up hating these movies? What if I don't like these movies?
Well,
Am I
Jacob's
banished?
Jealous that you
Yes, to the Shadow Realm.
I'm banished to the shadow.
You're going to be sent to one of the Chinese hells.
Mhm.
The
which is-
Underdark.
Yeah. So we have another Beard of Liberty. He's just like you, Nadia. He's never seen anything. So
Oh yeah.
we're
I mean,
always
I've
talking about-
seen stuff. I have seen stuff. I've seen
Well,
a lot of 80s.
There's another
horror
classic film
movies.
you guys both told me you haven't seen. I was like, or wait, at least Chris, you had seen it.
Oh, Chris has
had it.
never seen
Jaws.
Jaws. I've seen
Yes.
Jaws. I've seen most.
You've
of
never
John-
seen Jaws, Chris?
John Carpenter's.
What?
I've seen 1, 2, 3. I've seen a bunch of John Carpenter stuff.
Well, okay. Then so you probably like this movie, right? Okay.
What's your favorite John Carpenter film? Beethoven.
vampire.
Oh, I can answer that.
John Carpenter's Vampires, because it is
Really?
actually my favorite vampire movie as well.
I thought you were going to say The Thing.
The Thing, yes, it's probably close contender to it, but I really like as John Carpenter's Vampires.
Fair enough.
The Thing is the reason why I got into special effects in the first place.
You do have a crush on vampires.
Are you a vampire?
I'm not a vampire. I'm trying to get a vampire to love me.
I always
Baldur's
liked
Gate.
the original Assault on Precinct 13.
That one's good. That one's good. They Live is pretty good too.
When the ice cream man shoots the little girl.
Yeah, and then there's Escape from New York.
The Fog, Halloween.
And Starman. Have you ever seen Starman?
Nobody said anything when I said Beethoven.
Beethoven? Did he do Beethoven?
He wrote Beethoven.
No. He wrote Beethoven.
The dog movie?
Oh!
No. Yeah, he wrote it.
No.
Yes.
Yes.
I'm surprised.
Sure. Why not?
I've seen that movie. I've seen that movie.
That's
Is Chris a vampire?
Yeah, I think Chris is a vampire.
No.
Chris, are you a vampire?
No,
I
he
don't
spends so much time out in the sun.
That's pretty funny. I'm not you don't suck, so you're not a vampire.
I think if anybody, it would be Nadia, because every time she's on Salty Nerd on Tuesday, she's in leather.
What I am not in leather all the time.
That's like 2 or 3 shows you've been in your leather jacket.
Yeah, because it's cold. They keep that studio freezing.
They do. They used to keep the house pretty cold too.
A couple of chubby guys. What do you expect? It's freezing up here right now.
No, it's like it's to the point where it'll be 90 something degrees outside and I'll want to wear something cute, but I know going into the studio I'm going to be shivering, so I need a jacket or a hoodie. Yeah.
So Big Trouble in Little China, were you excited to see this movie, or were you kind of like, R2's making me watch this?
No. We actually surprisingly enough, Chris and I were going to actually review this movie. We had bought the copy of it months back when we reviewed Legend, because we were going to start doing some 80s movies that we both never seen or recommend to each other. And we just opened it up today to watch. So I was intrigued to watch it. It visually seemed like a movie that would very much appeal to me.
Yeah, it's very 80s.
Yeah.
The entire movie is.
It could be a D&D movie, as Chris points out.
Yeah. Like, this looks like a haphazard D&D adventure. Not that you know anything about that, JT.
Yeah. Sorta. Nerdy Neo. I've never seen this. Haven't gotten around to it. Well, you should probably watch this, Nerdy Neo. It is definitely a Goonies 80s like crazy movie. It's got some fantasy to it. So now
at first in the beginning I was like, what are we watching? What LSD trip are we watching on this? Towards the end, it grew on me. So I would definitely rewatch it to see anything I've missed. I doubt I've missed anything, but I will say Chris I was like, what movie are we watching? What is this?
A good one.
Well, because
this
was coming off the Scream.
Was this your first watch or no, Chris?
No, this is my first watch as well.
Okay. All right. So what were you excited about watching this movie?
I was, it's got a lot of it's got kind of a cult classic status, got a lot of fan base around it. I've always generally heard positive things. So I was pretty excited to watch this. I've always caught like bits and pieces, but never enough to even put remotely any of the story together. So it was pretty cool to just kind of, see what all the hubbub was about.
Yeah, it's interesting. Who knew there was this fantastic fantasy world in Little China in San Francisco? Have you been there?
No, only Chinatown in Chicago.
Okay.
Oh, and in Vegas. Vegas Chinatown's pretty good.
Yeah. Well,
most of those seedy alleys, you might find yourself with some mystical creatures.
Demons.
Crazy adventure.
I say, what's sad is I lived in the Bay Area for 24 years and I never once went to Chinatown.
Really? And this is one of your favorite movies?
Well, he was afraid to go because this is one of his.
You're married to a Filipino, so they probably wouldn't want you there anyways.
Oh, well. Yeah, probably because of all the stuff she'd be saying.
That's why Chris can't take me anywhere either.
What? I don't even know what's happening. I'm innocent.
The one time I was gonna go, we had family visiting when we first moved out to the Bay Area, and I forget what happened, and I couldn't go. My mom was mad at me about something, and I had to do chores, and I missed out because my cousin bought a skin magazine down there and started looking at it in a store and got chased off by an old lady going, looky here, looky here, with a broom.
So Miss R2 says she didn't. If it's okay if you don't like it, it wasn't my favorite.
I don't know. I can't say I don't like it. There are movies that I don't like. I'm like, I don't like this movie. I wouldn't say I don't like it. I have to really think about. I mean, I just came off watching it, so I haven't had very much time to think
That's
about
okay.
it.
Well, Kurt Russell at this time was a huge actor. He was megastar because he was already done with doing The Thing and Escape from New York, and people knew him as a kid actor as well because he was doing all the Disney stuff.
He was the computer that wore tennis shoes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so he was. Yeah, he was a well-known actor already coming into a lot of to this film. So I'm sure a lot of people at the time were like, "Oh, cool, another Kurt Russell movie. I'll go check it out." So we'll see some numbers. We'll see what else that came out later on the show. But yeah, I mean, I've always enjoyed this movie because I'm a big fan of Kurt Russell. He's always good at that humor, where he's the cocky humor, right? He's always really good at that.
It's not hard to look at.
No, have you seen Overboard?
Yes. Yeah.
It's like the same thing where he's just like, relax, I'm cool. Everything's gonna be all right, even though he like messes up quite a bit. So.
It was very interesting, this movie. It felt like there was a big story going on, and this poor guy was just dropped in the middle of it. Has no idea, no knowledge of myths, legends, anything, and he's just some random dude that's like, okay, all right, I'll just solve everything with my fists and a gun.
He has the CBR podcast, CB radio podcast.
Right.
Yeah. Well, it's kind of funny how you talk about Kurt Russell. He's very over the top in this, as well as Kim Cattrall. And I have a clip to share here. Our good friend Jude, when they did a review of this, did a great impression of these two. So I want to play this for you guys real quick.
It's gonna have sound, right?
I think is really one of the funny things about this movie. Anyway, Kurt Russell is doing a John Wayne impression the whole movie. Kim Cattrall is doing a Mid-Atlantic impression the whole movie. And it's hilarious. He's like, hey there, little sweetheart, can I ask you? And she's like, oh, absolutely not. Don't worry, everyone. It's just me, Gracie Love. And sorry, the moment just kind of got to me. And she's like, yeah, sure, whatever, mister. It's hilarious.
I never realized that. Wow.
She's really good at that.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
So that was a fun clip. You cut all that for this show?
I did.
Wow.
Ow.
Redeemed.
I was just texting with Jude today. I told her I was going to see it for the first time.
That
She was asking
deserves a.
I even got our buddy Tom to do an impression from this film. It's not nearly as good as Jude.
Oh no.
Oh, yes.
Yeah, China is here, Mr. Burton.
Worst $5 I ever spent. That's all I gotta say.
Did you pay him to say that? You paid him to say that?
Sadly, yeah.
Okay.
I thought that was a quote from Taiwan, but maybe it's just me.
No, that's.
He
China
said,
has come
here,
to
Mr.
little
Burton,
China.
Not China's here, Mr. Biden.
So this is some of the movie posters, and we always kind of like to show some of the movie posters that they have out there. And this is like, I think, the two main ones. This looks like if you saw this in a movie theater today, you would be down. I would be down for this movie. I
would be down because the effects would be a little bit better, but I would be down.
Well, it's like very Indiana Jones.
Yes.
That poster.
It's like perfectly a product of its time.
I wonder.
It's kind of like Romancing the Stone too. They're always really like that. They're really clean. So
when I go home this week, I'm gonna have to ask my dad why we never watched this, because my dad was big into like Indiana Jones, a lot of 80s movies. Maybe this was just too fantasy for him.
He's gonna tell you he never saw it, so just take the Blu-ray with you.
Yeah, or he's gonna say he just doesn't like Little China.
No, he doesn't like fantasy movies. He's not big into fantasy stuff.
Then that's probably
like Indiana Jones is like, the line for him on it. Even though Indiana Jones is not.
So he's gonna love
fantasy,
the Three Storms.
Yes, I'm sure. You mean Raiden from Mortal Kombat?
Yeah. Well, this film did heavily inspire that.
Yeah,
Oh my god, what is that awful poster in the top in the middle?
Well, these are some of the like fan-made posters or posters from other countries.
Yeah.
I'm sorry. That was
Now, if you look at like
really bad.
the bottom, I think it's the bottom right for everyone. It kind of looks like yeah, that one looks. He doesn't look like Kurt Russell. It looks like Michael Keaton.
Yeah, I was gonna say Michael Keaton.
It does.
His forehead is way too big in that top middle one.
There is tons of fan art.
I like the bottom middle one. That one, with the pink and the lime green.
What are they called? The three weather or three storms?
Three storms.
Three storms.
Yeah,
rated
the bottom middle one's good.
Yeah,
those hats remind me of that video game Ghost of Tsushima. Yeah,
Yep.
and where you get to pick like cool outfits, like hats like that.
I just pulled that out of the wrong box today.
Nice. But yeah, it's a fan favorite because, as you can tell, a lot of people want to show their art off and create their own style.
Yeah.
For a second there, the upper right, not all the way to the end, the second one, where he's like encased in gold in the center.
Mm-hmm.
Looks a little. For a second there, I had to be like, "Is that Homelander?" For a second, I had to
real
quick.
Like, pinball art, like the backboard of like a pinball machine somebody did.
Yeah. That looks like a pinball machine. Some of these do actually.
Yeah,
like, I could see some of these as a pinball. Let's see. So Jacob says he's a big fan of Kim in this movie, Kim Cattrall. So, I mean, she was fun. She's also good in this movie. I'm not sure if she did this before or after Police Academy, but
this was after Police Academy.
Yeah. Have you seen that movie, Nadia?
Yes, I have all of them.
Oh,
Have
really?
You seen Porky? She was in that too.
She's always been one of those like fun-loving.
But I think this was even after Mannequin too, because that was like another big one that she did.
Saw that too as well.
Nope, count me out of Mannequin.
Most people didn't know that she was like a big '80s movie star before Sex in the City, because she did a lot of neat stuff.
I've never seen Sex in the City, so there you go.
You're not missing much.
Kim Cattrall was the lovable whore.
She was.
That's what.
Aren't all of them?
Ooh.
I mean, lovable if you pay enough.
You're about to get Sex in the City fans just like, no. They were empowering women, Chris.
Don't be a Charlotte there, Chris, okay?
What is going on here? What's with those sideburns?
Yeah, that looks very, he also did Elvis, so he was always Elvis looking.
Yeah. I think this was like some DVD release at some point. I think this was
there's the generic beholder in the upper corner.
Yeah, like they included the little fleshy eyeball guy.
Yeah. That was, I wonder how much time they spent on that for like that one scene, because it was only in there once.
That puppet.
More than enough.
Yeah.
They probably spent a good chunk of
that
money.
Always looks like something like from Doom. If you guys ever played that computer game, the original one.
It's like Crane from Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles.
That too, yeah.
Yeah.
Crane.
Oh, we're gonna review those movies at the end of October.
But yeah, R2, I think you already mentioned, but yeah, Raiden was sort of loosely based off some of these or some of the characters.
Yeah, and same thing. Shang Tsung is very much inspired by Lopan. So, yeah.
And I think that game came out in the 90s, so it was like 10 years
it
after
did.
the fact. So
yeah.
Like it.
So we do a thing on here where we go over, I think it's the numbers next, right?
Yes.
So we're gonna do the numbers where you guess the box office and the what the budget. So what was the budget and what was the box office? So if it was filming dates were 1985 to January of 1986, and it was released in July 2nd of 1986. So everyone can leave in the comments in the live chat there as well if you're new here. Guess.
So
and you can even guess what you would think it's equal to today.
Oh man.
I've already seen the numbers.
Can we call in a friend? A hint?
No.
Yeah, my friend would be Google.
No Google. Well, you can't do Google, but maybe the chat can if they wanted to. But
are we in the mills at least? I would assume.
In the what?
Millions.
The mill. I've never heard anyone say the mills.
The mills.
The mills.
I thought maybe we were
millions.
talking about like General Mills, like the cereal.
Is that like a Gen Z
mills.
thing?
I mean, isn't this how you guys also talk about your bank accounts? The mills, right?
I'm gonna say 12 million for the budget.
Okay, so 12 million for the budget. So you're thinking 1980s dollars.
Yeah.
Here's what Nerdy Neo
so
said.
Nerdy Neo said 15 million
75. Okay.
I'm gonna say 12. 120 on the box office return.
Okay.
I've already seen the number, so I'm not going to guess. Curious?
I am absolutely terrible at these kinds of things. Nadia will tell you, so I'm going to go the Price is Right route, and I'm just going to bid $1 on each one of these.
Yeah, and what's funny is there was actually a movie we did review where it wasn't $1, but it was a lot less than we thought it was.
Yeah, I'm trying to think what
was
movie was that?
That was The Breakfast Club. I think it was like barely $1 million. It's $1 million.
I feel like there was something though that we reviewed where it was like it wasn't even $1 million and it was like 300,000.
Kurt Russell is great in this, and despite him having a bunch of great movies, this is still a standout. Yeah, I would say if you were to pick like the 5 movies to watch of him, this would be one of them. With The Thing, probably Overboard, Escape from New York.
New York.
Yeah. I don't know what the other one be. Yeah, Tombstone. He's really good in Tombstone.
It's on the list.
Do we need to do like a Kurt Russell month with you? Is that what
I'm game for it. Let's do it.
We did like a Steve Martin month. That was fun.
I like Steve Martin.
All right, so 80 million.
Sergeant
Backyard. All right, here we go. You ready? We're gonna get the answers. So in 1985-86, the budget was 25 million. Today,
holy cow,
71.3 million, or mills, as Nadia says. And then 1986,
that on our next one.
Unfortunately, it didn't do very good. It only made 11 million.
I wonder why.
30. Well, we have another segment will come up here soon where we talk about what else was in the theaters, and you'll see why. 31 million today. Yep.
Wow. So cult classic that it became.
Yes.
Because it was a box office flop. Okay.
This is sort of like when we reviewed last week was Billy Madison, where it didn't do very well, but then all of a sudden it took off in the VHS. It just took off there. Mm-hmm.
Usually when movies are very quotable, they'll take off.
Yeah, but so people rented it probably. Oh, I didn't get to see this and rented it.
That's like The Big Lebowski. Like that was not a big box office success, but that's a hugely quotable movie.
Well, that's like your opinion, man.
Exactly.
And let's get a word from our sponsor.
Prune candy.
And that's perfect for our little China review here.
I had to mute myself or it was going to be cackling.
The good news is she's
it already
like 2 rooms
you.
over, so I still got to enjoy it.
But yeah, I mean, it didn't do great. It didn't make budget, unfortunately. So, but
But
I bet you if it came out like they re-released it today, it would do a lot better. I think it would.
I would be curious to know what its international numbers would be, especially in China. Would they show this movie in China?
I don't think that this got an international release, to be honest with you. At this time, it wasn't like it is today, though, where they do that.
Doesn't China have rules though about like certain?
This was the 80s. It was a little different.
Yeah,
you can't have like demons and spirits and stuff like
Maybe
that.
not.
It's ghosts, so you can't have anything connected to like spirits or the dead. I know that. That's like a real big rule.
Yeah, but who knows how it was in the 80s, though? You know, things that was like almost 40 years ago, or over 40 years ago.
Mm-hmm.
Holy cow!
Yeah, prune candy keeps you regular. Keep that in mind, folks. So, but yeah, So one thing about this movie is it's so action packed, you don't even realize it. I forgot how crazy it was with the in the beginning where he's coming through the alley and he parks his truck right because he's dropping off his friend or trying to find that girl, and all of a sudden there's like a shootout. A bunch of gangs. Yeah, why is that happening?
Why?
Like you would think the police would know about this.
That was the part of the movie. I turned to Chris and I go, "What the fuck are we? I'm sorry. What are we watching?" Sorry, I didn't mean to swear. Sorry.
Okay.
I was like, "What are we watching? What is this?"
Big Trouble's pretty wild.
Yeah, but it goes fast. It's a very quick movie. Like you can.
Yeah,
really...
it's paced. It clips. That's for sure.
Yeah, it keeps going. They're climbing through sewers and seeing floating eyeballs.
They go from like they're not on a dock, but they're at like a loading area. Then they go to the airport. Then they're in an alleyway during a funeral.
Where was the body in the casket?
It was in the casket.
Shot up.
It was in the casket.
Didn't the top blow off or something when they were shooting it? Like it got destroyed, but no body fell out.
It was the three storms made it disappear.
I'm not sure.
Magic.
I always thought it was funny when he's like, I drove through that guy, or I think I drove through him.
Drove through no body.
Yeah, it was quite a wild intro, right? It kicks off right away.
Well, I do like in the fight scene too, like some like the weapons that the guys have. Like there's a guy who's got a 2x4. Like that's his weapon.
Yeah, and like all the guys that had the coffin poles that magically turned into fighting staffs. that was a nice touch.
It's a wet market. They do sell bats there.
I would like to know of the Storm's weapons. What was I asked Chris if it was an actual weapon. They had the little ring with the
ring daggers,
and it's an actual weapon.
Yeah, they're called ring daggers. Well, they don't really use them, but you can learn them. They're more like ceremonial martial arts weapons.
Oh, I thought he was hungry, and those are spinning sporks.
I thought so too. I thought they were.
And then
like
the other guy,
sports are ready for anything.
I'm like, the other guy was ready to give him like back scratches with those things too.
Yeah, that was.
Yeah, and his little friend. What was Kurt Russell's friend's name that he was helping out?
Wang or Wang? Wang.
So, hey now.
Hey now.
Sorry.
Yeah, but he had some excellent gymnastic skills.
Wang Chi.
Yeah, Wang Chi. He was always...
Yeah, those line work was really well done in this movie. The acrobat.
That's what she said.
The sideways flying sword fighting.
Yeah.
I could hear Michael Myers.
Sort of pseudo martial arts in this movie. It was really fun.
I was gonna say, I could hear Michael Myers saying in a bad Scottish accent, "I hope my wire fighting team is ready."
Any movie with swords play or guns, I always turn to my husband because he's the expert. I go, "Is that accurate? Like, can you actually blow somebody off like that? I mean, like blow their head off or something? Or can a sword actually do that and stuff?" Every single time we watch movies like this.
Yes, ring daggers are real.
Ring daggers. I want a pair.
You want a pair of ring daggers?
I'll get you the back scratchers.
Yeah, and then I think the guy who played Thunder, he was pretty big. He was a thick dude.
Chinese Jean-Claude Van Damme.
Yeah, Carter
he's
Wong.
looked once or twice.
Yeah, he's quite he's in Rambo 3. I don't know when though.
He plays like a fighting instructor in that, I think.
I've seen
he's
Rambo.
also in a movie called Sex for Sale.
What?
What are you guys reviewing that movie on your channel?
Never. Let's wait till we get monetized.
But no,
you don't know what it's really
a lot
about.
Of good characters. So what?
I said you don't know what it's really about. You haven't seen it.
Let's see here. What do y'all think about the white guys playing Chinese guys in the background?
Yeah, there's a couple of white guys.
I didn't notice it.
I didn't even notice. A couple of bad guys are just white guys.
I'm playing a dude who's the dude. Yeah.
They're like, scrunch your face up as much as you can.
Make squinty eyes.
It's the
Playing
80s.
a dude, playing another dude.
Disguised as the dude.
I've seen that movie too. I've seen Tropical Thunder.
Hey, maybe they didn't have a lot of extras back then.
Mhm.
And so I don't know. So now we have, like I said, we're gonna find out why it didn't do well in the theaters, because there were some other movies in the theaters, and we call this section In the Theaters. This will take you down memory lane. So this was the week that Big Trouble in Little China came out, Rick, and right up top there's another karate movie,
Karate Kid. Wow.
Karate Kid Part 2.
Do
Then
it.
you had Top Gun was on its 5th week, I believe. No, 8th week. And then you had The Great Mouse Detective.
That's a good movie.
We have Back to School.
Fierce Bueller's was still out. So a lot of Running Scared. So a lot of Labyrinth. Yeah, so there was a lot of movies out.
Some
Unlike
options.
Yeah, so like in the 80s, we realized ever since we review these, and Rick says this all the time, you had options, right? You just didn't have like a thing like it would go away after a few weeks. You actually had some options to go see some really good movies.
Or you could movie hop, as I did as a kid.
The good old days.
Yeah, so we reviewed Back to School, we reviewed Top Gun, I don't think we've done Fierce Bueller's, yeah. Labyrinth, I think we've done. So I mean, all great movies. Karate Kid Part 2 though,
Live or die, man.
Wax on.
I need the little drum.
Yeah.
Yeah, like nowadays, it's every time we go to the movies, I'm like, there's
There's nothing.
Two things. It's like the one thing that we're going to see, like that's what I want to watch. Every now and then there might be one other thing, but like everything else, I'm like, this is crap.
Do you see how much fun you would have on this weekend though? Slaw TV says like you could literally go to the movie theater and spend all your money. You could be like, I'm just going to go hour by hour. I mean, look at that. That's amazing. So.
Well, back then you planned like, hey, you know what? Let's just go see a movie instead of planning the movie when it comes out. In a sense, like you could go this weekend, hey, how about, for night out, let's go see a movie. I'm sure there'll be options we can pick from instead of saying, oh, Dune's going to be out this weekend. We should go see Dune.
Yeah, because you knew in a few weeks it's not going to really be there. It'll be
imagine if YouTube was around, there'd be all these channels of people just going, this movie was awesome, as opposed to nowadays where everybody's like, this is crap.
I mean, yeah. I mean, I was actually a big fan of The Great Mouse Detective. So, I mean,
it's a good movie. Very good kids movie. Yeah.
Yeah. I probably went and saw that movie instead of all of these when I was a kid.
I probably would have went and saw Labyrinth because of how much of an emo kid I was, probably.
Oh, okay.
I love Jim Henson. I used to want to be a puppeteer. So anything Jim Henson would do, I probably would have ran to the theaters to see.
Okay. All right. Very
what about you, Chris?
I mean, I'm looking at this list and I'm just Ferris Bueller's Day Off. It's a classic for a reason.
Yeah. Yeah. And it was only in its 5th week. And like I said, Top Gun was in its 8th. Back to School was in its 4th. Karate Kid was in its 3rd.
Top Gun was in its 8th. I didn't even look at that. I didn't even realize that the list of weeks it was in theater.
I kind of feel like Ferris Bueller's Day Off like dropped big time there.
It did. But
probably because of Top Gun.
Just think of that. That's
because
crazy.
if you look at all because everything in yellow is new for that week. So none of the new films actually even broke into the top 3.
I'm not sure what Two Gun is.
Two Gun.
What is Two Gun? Oh, you meant Top Gun. Oh,
well,
okay.
And the reason why this movie did not do well is the studio didn't know how to market it.
Oh, I could see that. What do you market as? An action, fantasy,
and same thing. Well, Labyrinth is another reason why.
Yeah, that one dropped all the way down to 13th.
They didn't know how to market it. But this movie originally started out as a Western.
What?
Yeah, it was the original version of the script. It was a Western, and it was not a truck that was stolen. It was the character's horse was stolen. And kind of the other thing too is, even though he's front and center, really, if you look at the story, Jack is not the hero. Jack is the sidekick. Wang is the hero of the film.
Blew my mind right now.
Really?
Because Wang is trying to save.
That's what she said.
Sorry, that happens a lot.
That's fine. I knew it was coming when I said Wang.
That's what she said.
I never realized he was the sidekick.
Yeah.
Wow.
Because I mean, he doesn't end up with Gracie Law at the end or anything.
I will say that was a pretty.
He leaves. He's like, I'm out.
It was a pretty cool.
No
That
kiss
was a
goodbye.
pretty cool move. I like that at the end where they're like, "Aren't you gonna kiss her goodbye?" And he's like, "No." I was like,
No, you'll end up hating me. He's
"Oh."
like, you'll end up hating me anyways. Like later on, that's what he's.
I know, but there's a problem with your face.
Oh.
I was just glad to see the what the grandpa from Three Ninjas was doing, you know, before he became a grandpa.
You've reviewed Three
clearly
Ninjas,
sequel.
you, Rick, before I came around. Did you do
No.
Three Ninjas is good.
No, we haven't done.
You did Surf Ninjas.
We did Surf Ninjas.
How many
Okay.
Three Ninjas are there?
There's
I
at
know
least
there's.
three, and I think the third one has Hulk
I meant
Hogan in it.
movies, not how many ninjas. Sorry.
No, there's too many Three Ninja films. That's how many.
4 of them. There's 4 of them.
Light up the eyes, boys.
Those
Light
were the
up
Spy
eyes.
Kid films before they were Spy Kids.
Yeah.
Yes, factual.
Yeah.
Which is
I like
a film
those
series
movies.
that my kid is hooked on right now.
I think one of them they end up going back to China or Japan or something. Japan. Yeah.
Yeah, ninjas are from Japan.
Okay, thank you.
Just
I'm
let me
waiting
know.
for her to ask Chris to confirm.
Can't
Chris's
confirm.
crew.
Just Japan. Yeah.
Yeah, ninjas are Japan. Yeah. mhm. So are samurais. Yep. So,
Yeah.
let's see here. Yeah, and movies with
And
Asian
Wangs are
leads.
Chinese.
And wings are Chinese. Okay.
Yeah, movies. Yeah, and movies with Asian leads were not major box office booms in the 80s. Plus, John Carpenter films were not massive box office success like some of those others listed this weekend. Yeah, it's true.
I would argue Jackie Chan though.
Yeah, but
He had a
not
lot
in the
of-
80s, though. He was
Not in
not.
the 80s.
Oh, he's 90s, right? Yeah. Never mind. Sorry.
Mhm. Yeah, he was.
That's
He
it.
came big in the 90s.
That's
I mean,
who
he
I
was
grew up
big in Hong Kong in the 80s, but he didn't. Yeah, Nadia
wasn't
thinks all
big in
ages are
No,
boys.
no, I don't. No, I don't. I know
Are you
they
like? Are you like Dale in the first episode of King of the Hill? So are you Japanese or are you Chinese?
She's never seen King of the Hill.
Yeah.
You've never seen that? Oh,
And the answer is he's Laotian.
yeah.
I've never seen King of the Hill or what's the other one? Futurama.
She refuses to watch Futurama because of the dog episode. She doesn't want to be sad.
Mhm.
We'll skip over that one.
Yeah, you just skip over it.
No, you watch it. It's
Okay.
part of
Well, Rick-
of everything.
On the next slide, you have something special for everyone. You have something. I would rather you introduce that.
I don't know. You jumbled up all my slides. They're not in the order that I put them in.
I didn't jumble up anything.
So far, this is not the order that I put them in there.
Oh well, it's this slide.
Oh, okay. Quotes. Yes. I love all of Jack Burton's lines throughout this film. They're all great. The way he delivers.
Yeah, there's a lot of
them.
quote in this movie.
Yes.
We're
Wow.
not back by dawn. Call the president.
That was my favorite one.
Yeah,
I like the whole. He's like, "What's in the bag?" Or he's like, "What do you got? 6 demon bag? A 6 demon bag? Great.
That's what I'm saying.
What's
This
in it?"
movie's so interesting that it's basically a white muscle dude just thrown into like a Chinese.
This is Ernest Goes
legend.
to Chinatown.
Well,
Yeah, a Chinese ghost story, and is like, well, I'm not gonna. I mean, whatever. Let me drink
Yeah.
this potion.
I mean, if you think of the audience, though, I mean, like,
Good
right?
points.
Everybody is Jack, though.
Yes.
I mean, like this is a world that he is not from, knows nothing about,
but just
and
dives right in. He's like, whatever.
He does.
Canceled.
He does.
I mean, China. Chinese have a lot of hells. That's a good one.
Well,
Yep.
anything to get his truck back and his, $1,148 times 2 back.
I wonder if George W. Bush was a fan of this movie because he did say these colors never run.
Yeah, it's a very patriotic movie.
He secretly owns the Pork Chop Express.
I turned to Chris. I was like, "This is very patriotic movie. This is very
Patriot
Yeah.
or patriarch?
Patriotic?
Whatever, patriot.
Both.
You know what I mean.
Are you cold
Thank you.
again?
Yes, I am. I have a blanket actually right here.
She's coming off a cold, folks.
Yes,
She's coming
that's
off
true.
a cold.
Which you would not see nowadays. You wouldn't see that.
Jack Burton.
Oh, no,
Like,
not
Not
at
too
all.
much. Not too much. No. This is going to take a Cracker Jack timing. What does that even mean?
It means that only a dream can kill a dream, obviously.
What is a Cracker Jack time? What is even a Cracker Jack timing? Like, is that like opening the box in a quick matter or eating them?
Some Cracker Jack sounds pretty good right now, though.
It does.
Well, I like, oh my God, no, please. What is that? Don't tell me.
Tell me. What it sees, Lopan knows.
Yeah, it was really out of the middle of nowhere. We really shook the pillars of heaven, didn't we, Wang? One China.
Yeah, there's a lot of quotes in this movie. It sort of reminds me of when we did the review of Napoleon Dynamite, where we just spent the whole stream quoting that movie. So,
what's your favorite Napoleon quote?
I don't know. That's a good question.
Napoleon, don't be jealous. I've been chatting to babes all day.
That's right. I think I like the quesadilla one because every time I do that, I have to recorrect myself for at least a month. So when I'm ordering something at a Mexican restaurant, I got to say quesadilla and I have to really think about it. So I would think it's that one.
Quesadilla.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Sir, this is a Taco Bell. No need to correct yourself.
So Sly has slinging some good facts here. It's the problem Bruce Lee ran into major success in the late 70s in China, but could not get a break in the US.
Yep.
Okay. Yeah, I guess that's same with Jackie Chan. Yeah, some great quotes. Again, if you watch this again, you'll probably remember most of them once you're let's see. Miss R2theICKY, when Jack shut up that guy, is that the first person you plugged?
I laughed at that too.
What? No.
That's what she said.
I'm gonna use that this weekend when I'm in Chicago. Is that the first person you plugged?
Well, you go to Chicago. There's a lot of people getting plugged.
Is that a quote?
Oh, you won't make it alive. You won't make it. But no, I'm not sure where you found this poster, but again, that doesn't look like Kurt Russell. It looks
yeah.
But,
I found it on Google. After we did Breakfast Club, I like that those collage pictures I found. I'm like, there's got to be one of Jack Burton.
Yeah,
that was.
So here we are. This is the cast. We've already talked about some of them, but this is quite a few actors. I believe one of them. I mean, that guy way down there, Tagawana. Is he the one?
Yeah.
He's in Mortal Kombat.
That's Shang Tsung.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. And then there's Wang Chi.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's some. Was Victor Wong the one in Gremlins? Was he in Gremlins?
No, he was in Tremors.
Okay.
Remember,
that's right.
Too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
He owns the general store. And sadly, he passed away like mid 90s. But James Hong is still alive.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
He's still alive. Yeah.
I'm
He
surprised.
was in Everything Everywhere All at Once. Remember?
Right.
Which was
he's Kung Fu Panda's dad, the goose.
Oh,
Okay.
right. I forgot about that.
Jacob answered my question. Cracker Jack is a person or a thing of marked excellence. So excellent timing. Okay. So I guess they should call me JT Cracker Jack. No. Okay.
Cracker Jack Gun.
Oh, sorry. I was reading names.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that one booed me. Yeah, that was bad.
Can't take you anywhere. That's why we can't have nice things.
James Hong is a treasure. Yeah.
I like him in what is it? Wayne's World too.
Mm-hmm.
Or he's Cassandra's dad.
Yep.
Do it, Chris.
But there's a picture of Carter Wong.
Wait.
Thunder.
What's Chris gonna do? I gotta know now.
I don't know.
I didn't like Wayne's World 1 or 2.
Oh,
I forgot about. I blocked that out.
I fell
She's
asleep.
not worthy.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
Yeah, which is weird because it's from my hometown.
You're kind of like my wife. She doesn't like those movies either. So, and it's mostly because I quote them a lot. So.
Chris doesn't quote them.
Literally, the guy with Shang Tsung, Carrie Hiroyuki Takagawa, one of my all-time favorite movie lines is from Mortal Kombat. It's the Liu Kang, your soul is mine. I always love that line.
Yeah.
Wow.
Slot TV must be. Thanks for spitting all these facts. I was just hanging with Peter Kawong at the event of United Cerebral Palsy. Okay, sorry. Wow.
That's John C. from Chris. Do you remember the photographer?
Oh yeah. Oh, ahoy.
I thought you were talking to me. I was like, I don't remember any photographer.
Yeah.
Okay. Well, that's cool. But I'm sure I'm sure. But I was just amazed by like thunder and rain and lightning, how different they are. Because that dude is just he's
I know Peter Kwong and the girl who played Tara did a movie together with Christian Slater, Gleaming the Cube. It's a skateboarding movie.
Okay.
If you guys ever saw that.
I've seen Gleaming the Yeah, that's a great movie.
Yeah.
That was actually filmed in Arizona. So.
Oh, okay.
Actually in
Cocked
Tucson.
right.
James
She
Hong
say Costanza. I say
right.
Yeah.
I should have known that. I fall asleep to Seinfeld every night. I watch it constantly.
And then, not Mrs. O'Toole, but the other Asian lady from the White Tiger that's at the bottom. She was in Seinfeld when Elaine takes George's dad to the Korean nail salon.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
She's the one who's talking smack, and he calls her out on it.
I just watched that episode last night.
I did too.
I will literally watch all of Seinfeld and then go back and just start it over from random seasons. Chris knows it, and go through it again, and then start it again at a random season and keep going.
Yeah, it's fun. Who is Margot?
It's better than Arrested Development.
Was that her friend?
Kate Burton.
Margot was. Yeah,
Who's
she was the
Margot?
reporter that Eddie.
Oh, okay.
Eddie liked.
Okay.
Yeah, why don't you come over and figure out a title with me tonight? I'm like,
Figure out that title.
That was very forward, but I was like, okay.
See if you can find a title.
Yeah, I'm like, all right.
But I think the cast really just makes this movie. I mean, everyone in this movie is spot on with their characters, so it makes it fun. I would say that. You agree? Yeah.
Yeah, because of how low budget the effects and set were, at least to now stand.
Robot.
But
Uh-oh.
They're frozen.
They are. There's big trouble in Las Vegas right now.
Yeah, they just got frozen.
Oh no, am I back?
You're back.
You're both.
Okay.
So you guys are fine on my side.
You both were gone.
Okay.
I
Happy
have
to be
no idea
back.
what I was going to say. Oh, low budget. That the cast really kind of keeps you distracted. You're so involved into the cast that you get the really bad monster effects and.
Now, I will say, I mean, I guess this is because I grew up watching this. Like, to me, like, the special effects are not low budget to me. I don't know why.
Because you grew up watching it.
I know. I'm just saying
at the height of time.
I mean,
Yeah.
I never feel like they're cheesy. I love them.
Yeah. They're pretty. Yeah, they're pretty good.
Agree.
I would just say
I think they stand up for the time.
Yeah.
The monsters were a little.
I think they're kind of like. Yeah.
Haunted houses.
Yeah, it's just
haunted house.
It's typical 80s like effects though.
Yeah, creature feature.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
It's nothing special. It's not like.
But the cast is what keeps you entertained and the story moving forward.
I think if it was really like good special effects, I think it would lose its luster and fun.
Do you think they'll ever reboot it?
Reboot it?
There's been talks about it with The Rock, and
no,
that happened. Yes,
maybe they'll do Big Trouble. They can't do China, so maybe they can do Big Trouble in Little Italy or something.
Mamma mia!
Not The Rock though. No, you need.
Yes.
You need
Rock
like
is the ruiner of IPs.
I know you need.
He's a ruiner of a lot of things.
A slender,
AKA
like,
Hawaii.
muscular dude. You can't do The Rock. No.
This is Slaw. You're absolutely correct. I really wish they had made a sequel because they kind of hinted at a sequel because he drove away in the truck and there was a monster
guy
in the
popped
back.
out.
So
Yeah.
they did do a sequel in a comic book, and
Okay.
the big, orangutan thing is actually a demon. Who, it's kind of cheesy though, because in the comic book, him and Jack end up going on a road trip together.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my god, that was literally what I was going to say. Is where it should go.
It is.
Like a
That's where it
buddy
goes. They
cop
go
thing.
on a road trip together. I forget exactly what happens, but like
That's literally
it
gonna say
suddenly
that.
becomes like Every Which Way But Loose, though.
That'd
I'm
be
not
funny.
kidding.
Oh, that's great.
Chris
Jerry
Beard
the Bear.
says Chris Pratt could be.
Yes.
Could do it.
Chris
Maybe.
Pratt.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Do someone
perfect.
different.
Perfect
Do
casting.
someone different.
Not The
There's other
Rock
people-
though.
Well, Chris
there's
Pratt
other
did
people out
play
there.
Kurt Russell's son in Guardians of the Galaxy too. So
Yeah, so it works.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, but he's already in others. He can do it. There's other people out there. He could probably someone else.
Who?
Henry
Name
Cavill.
one.
Henry
Hmm?
Cavill.
Let's go. Henry Cavill.
Nah, he's too old.
I begin.
They have to be someone young.
How old was Kurt Russell when this
Oh.
was filming?
I think Rick might know that.
wait, what's that?
How old was he? He was
how old was
probably
Kurt-
Should be
20 or 20 something.
No, he was
No
in his
way.
30s.
Yeah. No way. That is not a 20-year-old on screen. Right.
Jeremy.
How old do you
Allen
think
White.
I am?
Old enough.
Hey now.
Old enough to know better, young enough to not care.
I don't know. There's probably some other actors that could probably do it.
I would put forth Jeremy Allen White
Okay.
from Shameless and The Bear.
Eh.
Oh, come on, he'd be great for it.
Sebastian
He was-
Stan. That's who I would
He was
put forward.
34.
Okay. Still
Okay.
young. Like Rock is like old.
Yeah. What about Robert Pattinson?
No.
Glitter Boy?
I think you mean Batman.
Oh, I've got it, folks. I've solved it. Tom
Oh,
Holland.
let's see.
No.
No.
He's too little.
Creative.
Tom
He'll
Holland,
bump-
Tom Holland can play Wang Chi.
You could
Here we
get one
go.
of the lesser Hemsworth brothers.
Actors under 35.
Wishless Hemsworth.
No.
That's her line.
I did
You
find it
can
interesting.
do Grant Gustin. Grant Gustin. He could pull this
I like
off.
Grant Gustin.
No, he's too
Yeah,
skinny.
He's a twerp.
Yeah, that's true.
What? They're all twerps.
They all
I was
need
gonna
to.
say, I thought it was funny that the lady who played Miao Yin was from Ohio.
What?
Yeah, I mean, it makes sense to me.
What about
Look here, I think Ohio.
what's his face from Bullet Train? That everybody's talking about him potentially being Bond.
Oh, Aaron.
Oh yeah.
Aaron
You mean
Taylor.
Craven, the guy who's going to play Craven.
Yes.
Yeah,
No,
that
we
guy's
didn't talk
Aaron
about
Johnson
that.
Taylor.
Yep.
That movie doesn't exist.
You don't like Bullet Train?
It was
No,
okay.
I think Craven's
You could
gonna
have
be
Kurt Russell's
terrible.
kid play it, Wyatt Russell.
There you go.
Okay. We might have to do a fan casting, Rick.
Couple options.
Just
have Ezra Miller do it.
Hello,
Stop it.
Matthew Leia LaHoy.
Matthew
Actually,
Leo
it's-
LaHoy.
It's Hidlow.
Hidlow. Okay,
Hidlow.
Sorry.
Greet him the
Hi.
way he wants to be greeted. Hidlow to you as well.
Good to see you. Thanks for coming by. I've never seen you here before. That's great
Yeah,
that you're
thanks for
stopping by.
for
If
joining
you are
us.
new, this is what we do: review movies from our past, and we kind of laugh at them, joke at them, remember the times. So yeah, if you're new, please subscribe. That'd be great.
Like, comment, subscribe, notification bell.
You don't have to like
All the
videos.
things.
We know sometimes we're not. As you saw in the beginning of the stream, we're not that great. So
No.
it's
It's okay.
There's a reason we're not
Our team's
monetized yet.
I love the outfits of the ladies in this one. I think
Which
they were-
outfit? The red ones?
Yeah, the red ones. Mm-hmm.
I like the red ones. What the heck is going on with that raincoat poncho dress that she had on where she was like laying, and then it's underneath it. You can see part of it.
It was her 80s ceremonial.
It's like plastic wrap, but it's like pearlescent plastic wrap.
I don't know. Maybe it was a cool thing at the time.
Yeah.
It is weird. Okay, moving.
I don't know if we have a picture of that. I'm trying to remember what you're talking about.
What's the chick that they're going after to save initially?
The Green Eye.
Wang's girlfriend or fiance.
Miao Yin.
Yeah. So there's a scene where she's like levitating or laying on something, and she's in it looks like a poncho, but it's like pearlescent, but they put it underneath her red outfit too. It kind of feeds out a little bit as well.
I didn't notice that.
Yeah, I'll have to go back and rewatch it.
All right, I'm gone. I'm out.
Lady thing. You were just thinking how uncomfortable that would be to wear.
I'm waiting for my wife to chime in and be like, I know exactly what you're talking about.
What through it? Yes.
Yeah. Who couldn't take Kurt Russell serious with lipstick on?
I could.
And I think that bottom left picture there with all three of them, I think that could be like an 80s band, and you can name it.
What would you name it?
You know, John Carpenter did the music for this, and there's a video of him and like 2 other filmmakers, and they're all like, in sweaters, like rocking out.
You could do Kurt and the Wangs.
Ooh.
There was what was that? Wang Chung? Was it Wang Chung?
Kurt, Wang, and Wong.
Kurt, Wang, and Wong. I think that would be
Kurt, Wang, and Wong.
Well, Miss R2.
I don't know I do know what you're talking about. Thank you. I thought she said I don't.
Not surprised.
It must be a lady thing.
It is. Thing. It looks so uncomfortable. Like you're gonna sweat in it. It's so bad.
Probably. Yep. Yeah.
I just need Jack's tank top.
I know. I want to know.
I'm sure you can find that. I'm sure there's a
remake
of it somewhere.
We should have done this for Halloween.
What?
It's never too late.
Big Trouble.
So Chris would dress up like Kurt Russell with the lipstick, and you would dress up like.
Never mind.
I already have the red dress.
Cultural appropriation. Never mind. Never mind.
Kim Cattrall. Kim Cattrall. Well, she was wearing the dress. You're like, I'm Kim Cattrall.
In the 80s. Yeah. I don't think I can pull that off.
And she looked fantastic.
I will be canceled left and right.
Mrs. R2 will give you a pass. I promise you. She'd be like, go for it.
Look at these. All these different effects here and makeup they had to wear. This is pretty cool.
The old man's makeup is really good for the time.
You know, it's
the texture
I was gonna say, I couldn't find a picture of it, but there's actually a moment where you see Lo Pan not in the Lo Pan outfit, but like dressed as like a normal guy, right when they first pull into the alley.
Yep,
which I thought was like really interesting. Like they show that for like a split second, but like you never see him like that again. You either see him as
he's
the old
hiding
man.
in the shadows.
So when they were fighting with the rings or the gems, and it's this image to the left.
No, it's a gem and fingernails.
Fingernail. What are these? Their Pokemon that they're fighting with? Like they're like
True. This has got to be one of the only 80 movies that Kim Cattrall kept her clothes on.
Hey, fair enough. Gotta start somewhere.
Maybe that was part of the special effects. That kind of looks like a Jedi lightsaber battle there in the middle.
That's how Harry Potter should have ended.
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Mm-hmm. Exactly.
Look at that.
Well,
I think I'm doing it right.
You could
totally
have that be like.
You gotta cross the finger. You gotta cross the finger. Yeah, the pinkies, and then he was like,
Are you throwing gang signs on our channel?
No.
Is that what you're doing? Okay.
I'm swearing. Burn gang signs.
You know, part of me goes, I could see like some tweakers battling like that, like somebody with like their coke nails crossed. Well, somebody's like
have a coke nail.
Yeah,
those coke nails were really long.
Well, yeah, he's got one in that picture there at the bottom.
Yeah, that's gotta hurt.
But I think all of his nails were long. What do you think? I don't know.
No, he had his pinky nails were like the longest.
Well, here's your photos of your.
Oh my god, I need these daggers.
Of the Three Amigos.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is the Three Amigos Chinese style.
The 3 Raidens.
Yeah.
With these hats. These hats
Dude,
would
those
probably
hats are awesome.
do pretty good in
Hats are
Vegas.
fire.
Eat.
I want one.
Yeah.
Absolutely.
Like I said, it reminds me of that video game where you actually got to wear a hat where it's like over your whole head. And
What if we got these hats? They'd be good pool hats, Chris, to wear in the pool.
This is true. There you go. Never have to wear sunscreen again.
Yeah, you could probably like use them as little tables too.
There you go.
These hats, to wear those hats though, require that you wear a chin strap from a 1920s football helmet.
Oh no, it's got to have the chin strap. How else do I keep the nachos balanced?
Yeah, Beard definitely needs this hat because he's always outside.
You know what's funny? I did not notice the chin straps till now.
Oh, how do you not notice the chin straps?
I didn't notice it while we were
Especially
watching
the top. It's so aggressive.
Say like Peter Kwan's is like really like hanging on him hard.
Yeah. Well, it's probably heavy.
You think those hats are heavy? I don't think.
They seem like they'd be light. They're made of straw.
Yeah, those are pretty light.
Have you ever owned a straw basket? They're heavy. They can become heavy.
No, those aren't heavy.
Okay. All right. Okay.
And I will bid $1.
Okay, sounds good. But yeah, they each had 3 different weapons.
Somebody has those hats.
They pull out kukri knives and throw them, and then the guy pulls out 2 more knives.
Yeah, they have different outfits too. I like how the one guy's trying to protect his crotch.
Well, he looks like he stole the one. He stole the one guy's crotch guard because the one guy's got a bunch of armor on.
Yeah.
Like he was like, "Could I borrow this today?"
Well, I think you also forget that they had to do that awesome flip before they threw the knife.
Well, they had to get the inertia.
That was all in the accuracy.
Yeah.
Right.
And they kept the hat on.
Yeah. That's what the straps are for.
Oh, yeah, the straps. Okay, never mind.
That and flying. Or slowly descending from lightning.
Well, here are some of the other dudes.
I want those white sunglasses.
I was like, I'm not gonna lie.
Cool.
I wish I could get a pair of those.
Like he's making his eyes even more squinty.
And then I like Al
no
Leon.
opinions. I want gold revolvers.
He's one of my favorite henchmen. He's the guy who electrocutes Mel Gibson in Lethal Weapon. And then I love him in Die Hard when they're like waiting for like the cops to come in, and he grabs the Nestle's Crunch out of the and just starts eating.
Is he also in Batman? Was he also in Batman?
I don't know if he was in Batman, but I mean, like he's a classic 80s henchman, stunt actor. He's the one in what is it, Last Action Hero, where the Arnold Schwarzenegger blows up the ice cream truck and the ice cream cone goes through the back of his head.
I wonder if Eddie Murphy decided to do his movie, The Golden Child, after this.
What did I say, Chris? What did I say?
No, I actually read this was rushed into production to beat Golden Child out the door.
Because it came out at the same time.
I said
this does have a little bit of a.
I said this is Golden
you did say that.
Children vibes. I was like, this is Golden Child vibes, 100%.
Oh, look, you can see the guy with the 2x4 up in the top.
You see any of the white guys?
I was thinking about that the whole time. I was like, and I forgot about it, and then I remembered about it. But yeah, because they both came out in '86,
right? Did Golden Child?
Yes.
Golden Child.
Obviously not the same time, but that was Eddie Murphy's movie.
Yeah,
and it had the same China mythical.
A lot of China mythical things going on in the 80s.
Yeah, maybe Rick, we can do that movie sometime.
That's a good movie.
I like what Slaw says here. I say, I want the knife. Please.
Want the knife.
Well, I was gonna say it's funny that has Victor Wong in it because he plays the little magical guru guy and he turns into the parrot.
Yes.
God, it's been a long time since I've seen that movie. I'm gonna have
Here's
to go
the
back
other gang. This also reminded me of that TV show. It's on HBO, The Warrior, when it's actually set in real Little China.
Never seen it.
In the 1800s, late 1800s, and they have 2 factions that end up, running Chinatown throughout.
Salty talks about it all the time, and
he does. And it was an okay first season, but the second season was all right. But and this third was, but like
it reminds me of it kind of looks to me like Peaky Blinders, but Little
With Chinese.
Yeah. Yeah, it does. It's like just replace the Irish.
Oh my God.
Canceled again. Canceled again.
Mrs. R2 makes the same face every time I ask her if is she ready to go yet, when we're trying to get ready to leave somewhere.
Oh, that one right, the three right there.
Yeah, up in the top.
I've actually seen that face. Yes, I've seen it. Yeah. It's like a thing like that. Yeah, there you go. Yep.
Point and then pull fingers back. Hi-ya.
Here's the eyeball special effects, dude.
They actually up converted it on the Blu-ray. If you watch it on that, or like the 4K version, it actually looks pretty good when he's floating around.
Yeah, I watched a regular DVD, so I'm sure I got the lame
Blu-ray.
version.
Blu-ray.
I got the original, folks. I watched the DVD, so it probably look.
I'm not gonna lie, I would love to watch this on VHS.
Yeah.
Yeah, it would be fun. That monster is pretty terrifying.
Which one?
Well,
the
Kim
big
Cattrall
one.
really looks like she's drunk in that picture.
Probably is. Here you go. Here's some D&D stuff.
Yeah, the Beholder.
Weinstein no means
saying,
no.
yeah. Called it earlier, knockoff Beholder.
Okay.
Mm-hmm. It's a Gen 1. It's a
It actually
first
looks
edition
like-
Beholder.
It looks like the first edition Beholder now.
Yeah, pretty cool effects. That's when they did stuff like this back in the 80s. It just looked better. It just meant, but it would it meant more, right?
There was care that went into it.
Yeah, it
You
felt
could see it.
like you could wow. I wonder if someone has this in his garage.
Oh, probably.
Nowadays, it's just like it's on a file and it's just stored somewhere.
I will admit, like the big giant like underground creature, like I always thought that was just like a hand puppet that they edited it in the scene, but like the fact that it's like full size, I'm like, that's impressive.
Yeah, I mean it's like another one I like with the effects, like it's Beetlejuice. Like Beetlejuice has a lot of cool effects where you're like, I can't believe that's real. Like someone actually made that.
Fun fact: the like the gooey look to it. I will bet money that's KY, because that's a old special effects.
Are you
trick.
you a pro with KY? Is that way?
At least in my special effects kit, yes. When I used to do movies and learn how to do creatures and stuff like this, if you want that like gooey, greasy look to it, you just put KY over it.
Not only the president, she's also a client, JT.
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so you have a question for everybody.
Yes.
R2.
Oh no.
Can you name the 5 different Chinese hells?
No.
Reference in the film.
I think
you
I
can
can
comment
name
below,
maybe
by
2.
the way, if you want to.
Yeah.
Wasn't there a skin boiling hell?
Yeah, skin boiling hell. That's the only one I remember.
Skin boiling.
Maybe it's also been a flaying hell, like flay the skin from your body.
Yeah, maybe there was a Disney Star Wars hell.
Yeah, but they're getting rid of that hotel.
Well, Slaw TV has got one in there.
Yeah, hell upside down.
The upside down.
Stranger Things.
Mm-hmm. How much time do you want to give everybody, Rick?
I'm going to look these up.
No, you can't look them up. That's cheating.
All right.
Boiling oil.
So we've got the being cut to pieces, boiling oil, upside down sinners, where people are skinned alive, and then we've got
Liberty.
Oily dragon.
Oily dragon. And in a deleted scene, apparently Uncle Chu mentions the hell of the vast cold. Burr. Oh, social credit score. Yeah, that's a good one.
Mm-hmm. In the deleted scene.
Which one would you rather be in?
Oh.
Pick wisely.
Like, am I just hung upside down, or is just
I would
everything
say
upside
of the
down? It
vast
really
cold,
depends on
because
what
I'm always
hell
hot.
it is.
It's upside
Yeah.
down center, so you're just hanging upside down probably.
I probably would do the vast cold because I'm full of inflammation and I like it cold anyway. It'll be good for my disease.
Yeah, it really sounds like the easy way out. I'm gonna go with Vast Cold.
Okay, I'm gonna go with oily dragon.
What is an oily dragon?
Sounds like a mixed
know-
drink, yeah, that you regret in the morning.
Do you have
Yeah.
to like oil a dragon?
No, you hang out with one, like kind of like this. That's it. That sounds like
It's a KY special effect dragon.
I was
Oh,
gonna say
okay.
maybe it's like some Asian like children's character, Ollie the dragon.
Hmm.
There
Okay.
you go.
And you get to hang out with him.
yeah, maybe.
Falcon.
Maybe it's more like this.
I love you, you love me. We're a happy.
The family.
Put a long version of that clip in there.
Yeah, I do, but I have to stop it. That's the one, but I have to stop.
Oh, okay.
it,
I'm like, I've
right
never
before
seen it
7
that long
seconds.
before. That's
have to-
terrifying.
I have to play it. I have to stop it before like 7 seconds because whoever owns the rights to Barney, if you even get close to 8 seconds, they'll cut you.
Really?
Yeah, so you have to like literally play it till you right before.
Why didn't you just make a shorter version of it?
Because I like playing that game with YouTube. I like playing that game.
Have you ever gone down the Barney rabbit hole?
What?
I've been clenching my butthole in fear all week.
That's pretty much the Barney rabbit hole right there. Yep. Yeah, I would.
Keep saying it.
My microphone's not working. I will be right back.
We can hear you.
We can hear
But I
you.
hear
But I
you.
can't hear you guys. You're all fuzzy.
Man, he's having.
Oh.
Ruh-roh, Reggie.
All right, another time for another moment for our sponsors here. It's this time it's not prune candy, unfortunately. It
Candy
is our
again, anyways.
t-shirts and hoodies. You can get these at mixtees.com after the weekend logo, and we'll give you 20% off with the code ATW. So if you want to get a hoodie for the hoodie season, or if you want to get a t-shirt because you live in Vegas, please do. And if you do buy one, we don't always know that you do. So if you can take a picture and share it on our Twitter or X, Instagram, we have Instagram, you can follow us there, or you could just send us a DM. That'd be kind of cool. And maybe we'll show it on the show and say, hey, look, I got a shirt. So you can get a shirt.
It's a pretty handsome shirt. You guys can look just as handsome as JT.
Yeah. And I designed the logo, so there you go. Falcor in Family Guy. Yeah. Peter, you're too heavy. Yeah, Peter, we're going to crash. Yeah. Yeah, greasy dragon. Yeah. Maybe Italian. Ooh.
I don't know what happened.
Are you back?
I'm back.
Okay. Well,
Ahoy.
Ahoy.
You forgot to mention another hell.
You're out. Doyle rules.
I would think kindergarten, going back to kindergarten as an adult.
Oh, I thought you were saying the hell of O'Doyle.
Oh man.
Or you could do that too.
That's where I thought it was going.
Okay, well.
Doyle
Sorry.
rules. Doyle rules.
We reviewed that movie and we have to keep most of those clips because they're so funny. I lost the slide. You had one more thing. So let me bring it back when you left. So
I don't think I did. I think it was just their thumbnail.
oh, okay. Never mind.
Yeah.
Then you left. But yeah, we're gonna go do a real around the table here. So
Uh-oh.
Chris, final thoughts on the movie. So as we wrap it up.
It's a good time. I'd watch it. I'd watch it again in the background for sure. I'd say where I saw it, anybody in the Chicagoland area who knows Three Floyds, it's playing there like 18,000 times a week. So that's probably where I mostly saw it. And yeah, if you haven't, give it a go.
Okay, cool. Nadia, final thoughts on the movie.
It's all right.
Okay, we're not gonna hate you for it.
No, I know. No, it's all right. I think
Boo!
I would like to go back and rewatch it
Boo!
because we were rushing to watch it to get it in for this. So I would like to go back and maybe take my time a little bit.
Okay, yeah. I mean, that's a good idea. You could probably do that.
Mhm.
Rick, we know this is like your favorite movie.
Oh
You
yeah, this is
probably
a top 10.
Top
would you
10?
say you watched this more than 100 times or less than 100 times?
More than 100 times.
What is your top 10, R2? I want to know now.
Ooh. No, we're gonna save that.
Yeah,
for
I was gonna say
special.
that changes.
Okay.
But we're gonna
Okay.
save. That's a good idea for a Saturday stream, because we do Saturday streams called Weekend Harder.
Yeah.
I know. I watch sometimes.
You're more than welcome to hang out with us live, actually, Nadia. if
On
you're-
Saturday?
Mhm.
You can
Weekend
swear
Harder
all
with
you
you.
want on Weekend
Yeah,
Harder.
you can say as many
Oh.
dick and fart jokes as
What is
much
it?
as
It's
you
just okay. Yeah. All right. Hit me up. I'll be game.
So Slaw says it's about at least 100x. So
Really interesting.
me,
Why am I
I'm
making
probably-
you sad, Jacob? I will give it another try.
I'm probably in the 10 range of how many times I've seen it. Yeah. I think the
I'm in
last
the
time I
1
watched
range.
it was probably 10 years ago. So
I promise I will watch it again, because I would like to kind of pay attention a little bit more instead of just getting the overall
making out with
story of
Chris.
it. And that too. So I think I would probably play it again in the background. It's interesting.
I was gonna say you got to watch this with Jude. Jude loves it.
Yeah.
Jude
In
and a couple
fairness, she was
drinks.
distracted
Yes,
by how buff Thunder was.
Mm-hmm.
that's true.
Now,
That's true.
it's still a fun movie. It's fun to watch. So we do
I-
recommend if you haven't seen it, to go see it.
My first initial watch of it, I would give it a 6 out of 10.
6 out of
So-
China. 6
6 out of
10 Chinamen.
yeah. Yeah, 6 out of 10 Chinaman. Now, will it change if I see it a second time?
Well,
Potentially.
this was the great last episode of After the Weekend.
Yes. China's coming for you, bro.
7 out of 10 prune candies.
Well, I think we'll be okay. But I think we made up for it. We made up for our beginning there. We had no sound.
I worry that this is going to have the same effect, because I'm going to go watch The Crow this
Oh,
October, and everybody says this movie's great. It's fantastic. It's like one of the best
Nadia,
comic movies.
I'm not a big fan of The Crow.
Thank you. At least somebody. I
was
don't
gonna say
know.
I'm not a big Crow fan either. I mean, I don't hate it, but it's
Now, I think a lot of people like that movie, just like the same way they like Heath Ledger as Joker.
Interesting.
It's because who was in it and what happened during the movie.
Well,
I think if those two people did not pass away, I don't think many people would like it as much as they do.
But
no, not High School Nadia would have loved that movie.
But he died while making that film. They had to
Yeah.
finish it with a dead guy. So, you know,
We have
like
the comic.
That is
have-
the impressive thing. I mean, I will say The Crow. I mean, it's worth giving it a watch.
Yeah, you
Watch
could
at
watch
least
it.
one time.
But, like,
It's like when
everybody-
artists die, their paintings become more popular.
I would agree with you. However, I had just seen Gladiator 2 for the first time, and everybody talks about how amazing Gladiator is. And from a point of view of a filmmaker and stuff like that, I completely understand. 5 out of 5. It's a fantastic movie. Great story, set, acting, all of it. But I don't get the hype. I don't
5
understand.
out of 5
that.
Romans.
I got 5 out of 5 Romans. It's a great movie. I'm glad I saw it once. I don't think I would go back and watch it again.
Okay.
What you just said is one of the most insanely idiotic things I have ever heard. Everyone in this room is now dumber for having listened to it.
I award you no points, and you gotta understand your soul.
I assume the panel loves Gladiator then. Sorry.
No, I don't. I'm like, Joaquin Phoenix is such a little bitch in that movie.
He was supposed to be, though.
I know.
Yeah, the more that people hype up a film or show to me, the harder it is to
Mhm.
enjoy. Yeah,
Yeah.
you have to kind of you have to have experience with those type of movies with someone in the person that really likes it in the room with you, and I think it's better. I think it is.
Yeah, I can see that. I can see that.
Anyways, go watch it. It's a fun one. I know I'm curious about the Golden Child. I might go rewatch that one and see how they compare. But I didn't realize they came out around the same time. But Rick, this was another. I'm glad we reviewed
this was fun.
and you weren't sick. And it was on your real channel, so I'm glad we got to do that. Now, like we said earlier, we do have a weekend show that's not this weekend, but next Saturday. We don't know the topics yet because it's usually around pop culture and what happens that week. And sometimes we do a fan cast. So if you do want us to fan cast something, submit it either, like I said, Twitter, X,
comment it here,
Instagram, Discord, if you have an idea of what we should, and maybe we'll do it in the future, and maybe we'll share your fan cast, whatever it is. So like last time we did Fantastic Four, we've done Thundercats, we've done, I think that's it. So,
who's your Fantastic Four fan cast?
maybe you go watch the video. All right. On that note, everyone, we're gonna say good night. And
Thank you to our
before we
guests
head
for
out,
joining us.
we always get rated by Vader because he always rates our streams.
Lord Vader, the fleet has moved out to flight speed and we're preparing to...
You have failed me for the last time, Admiral. Captain Piet.
Yes, my lord.
Make ready to land our troops beyond their energy field, then deploy the fleet so that nothing gets off the system. You are in command now, Admiral Piet.
Thank you, Lord Vader.
I never make it alive out of these streams. All right, everyone, have a good night. Nadia, Chris, it was great to have you on.
Hey,
we
thanks
have
for having us.
their links in the description. You can see them on. I think Nadia, you could see her mostly on Tuesdays on Salty Nerd Podcast.
I'll be
And
there
you guys,
tomorrow.
when do you post your podcast?
We post it twice a month for our breakdowns for what we break down.
Okay.
And now we're starting a live stream called Clickbait. We had our first episode last month. We're going to have one, I think 1 or 2 this month. And then I also have Dames and Dorks every other Thursday on the Inside
Wow,
All
she's
Day
busy.
channel.
Chris, do you
I
ever
am.
see her?
Hardly ever.
All the time.
Well, you could come. You could come hang out with us. How about that?
Perfect.
All right, everyone. Have a good night, Rick. Thanks again for letting us review this one more time.
Thanks for being here.
Later. Have a good week, and we'll see you again on After the Weekend.
Bye.